Hi, WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of American in Germany with my third, and in this case the last, of my Gilors single malt whiskey from Germany. This time it's a double wood. Double wood means it spent 3 years in an Islay cask, and then a following 2 years in a rum cask, if I'm correctly informed. I cannot find anything online about this, and maybe the reason is this was distilled in June 2012, and it was bottled in 2017 in September. I was given this bottle by the owner on September 9th. So this is so new, it's not even on their shop, it's nowhere to be found. And so, but he did mention that it was a rum fast, double distilled, pot stills, very, very nice stuff here. So let's take a look at what this is. Now, one little thing I did notice, I'm sorry, before I do this, they get their casks from the Isles, the Isle. So which means, let's just say, for example, they use maybe Maker's Mark, bourbon, first time. Bourbon sends them to maybe, I don't know, Lafroig. Lafroig uses them a second time. The third time, they come over to Germany. So these are already third time. And what I have the feeling is that this was actually, since the smoke in this is so reduced, it's so minimal, I think they actually used these casks for a fourth time. Now, my big question is, what type of rum cask did they use? Because on the nose, I do get some type of rum, but it's very, very different from what I know from Cuba. It might be Honduras. It's not really something from Jamaica. It's not a Bacardi. It's definitely not a Captain Jack. At least it's not what I have in my nose. I don't know what that is. It's there, it's sweet, it's that sugarcane type of rum. It's more of a brown rum than a white rum, in my opinion. But it mixes together with that whiskey very, very nicely. It's a good marriage. And then there's a tiny little bit of a smoke. In my video the other day, I mentioned that if you imagine your friend was at a party, came back in the evening, and you went, "Oh, who was smoking?" "Oh, it was my buddy over there. He went outside and smoked, and then he came back, and there's a little bit of passive smoke." Now imagine that same t-shirt 2 or 3 days later. You can still smell a little bit, but it's very, 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 very almost negligible. And that's what I get here. It's almost negligible. And so I have the rum not competing, but actually trying to mix together with that whiskey here. Let's try it. 42%, so it's not that much. I don't need any water, really. I have two problems. One, I'm not a big fan of the rum cask finishes. I don't think, at least I haven't had a great rum cask finish with a whiskey where I go like, "Oh, look, it's so much better." I would rather have a Madeira, I would rather have a Marsala, I'd rather have a sherry, I'd rather have a port. No, I don't like port either. Port and rum are two things I haven't really liked. Except with my Angel's Envy, port, But my rye with the Honduras rum was really not my cup of tea. I was so disappointed. I had such high expectations. It was like, oh, too much rum. And here, it's not too much rum. The rum is there. It's a little bit supportive. It's doing what it should do. And there's a tiny, minuscule little bit of smoke down in the corner over there. It's good. It's one of the best. It is the best Gilors I've had. The double wood. Price, I don't know. Let's say it's going to be the same price also as the Orlolozo finish with 40%. So we're running around 79, 80 euros. So $100 for a bottle, 0.7, 0.75 milliliters. you won't find in the States. Remember, WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of American and Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. This has maybe 500 bottles, maybe 800 bottles total in this year's bottling. And so even in German, it's very, very difficult. The demand for this is higher than the supply, and therefore they can ask prices whatever they want, basically. Holger, Ralf, Hinrichs, you did a great job on this one, I must admit. I really like it. If you would have taken a sherry cask instead of that rum, it would have been even better. Or to be honest, what would have been even the best? Recommendations from WhiskyJason for free. Virgin oak. Yeah? That would be really good. Have that vanilla in there. Ooh, that would be cool. Or just take a normal bourbon. You don't have to take it from the aisle. Just take a normal bourbon cask. Fass is the German word for cask and or barrel. It's a good whiskey. B. Price for value, value for price. C minus. What I do all the time in my German videos is I kind of do a challenge. I call it challenge time. So I'm just going to take a Diensten. This is the Diensten Virgin Oak. It's unchilled filtered. It's 46.3%. Virgin Oak casks. There's no age on it. So it's a no age statement. Let's guess around 6 to 8 years. I'm going to compare it to the Double Wood. Can it compete with a Scotch whiskey? Now, this is not the best of the best, but it's a light, nice type of unchilled filtered, exactly as it should be, from Ian Macmillan, Master Distillers from the Diensten Distillery. We put everything we are into everything we make. Diensten is an up-and-coming name, so let's just compare the two. Double Wood, with a little bit of a rum finish, with 42% versus a 46.3%. I'm going to go to the Diensten first. The nose, that's just a typical Scotch single malt whiskey. This is very nice. I like, but it's not special. It's a Highland single malt whiskey. And over here, I get the rum. So in the mouth, oh yeah, towards the end, that malt, a little bit of the wood, that creaminess. Oh, that's really good. I like. A little bit of water, I'm going to compare it to this. Ooh, even with water, that vanilla really comes through. And over here with the rum. That rum is there. It almost could compete. Now, really, I'm convinced that if you would have taken virgin oak barrels at the end and used them instead of the rum, this stuff would have been even better than that stuff. This is really good. It's a 2. A 2 is German. It's a B. It's a solid B. It's not a B plus yet, but it's getting there. Very well done, gentlemen. Maybe even the best German whiskey I've tried so far. Ooh, that's something you can write on your blog about it. All right, WhiskyJason here. Challenge time. It can compete with a Diensten Virgin Oak, but with the rum, it's a little bit of a different tendency. It's still almost good, but this, the vanillas, the barley really convinced me more. This is a 2, a B plus, and this is a B in my book. All right, thank you very much for watching. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of American and Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. This is not rare, this is not exotic, but the Gilors single malt whiskey double wood in a rum cask finish is. Thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please tell others about this weird American guy over in Germany tasting exotic and rare whiskeys that you can't get. And maybe you would like to watch my videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. See you then. Bye-bye.